So I think that climate change is the way of the entropy system of reducing humans.
If I may channel Joe Biden here for a second, I know, malarkey. Someone had an interesting theory on global warming and why it's there. Although she was right about the culling of the population, I don't think it's happening naturally. At any rate, this couple was kind of interesting. She did all the talking, kind of mystery. It says, oh, when I ask people where they're from and they don't tell me or kind of evade, it makes me, wonder why they're being evasive about that. She said, I guess she's Middle Eastern somewhere. I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you think? I don't know. But at any rate, it was it was an interesting enough conversation I had with this couple lady. And, if you like it, you like it. This is what I get out there on the streets. As I said, it's unscripted, it's raw, and it's you. You are the actors. So, again, hit all the like buttons, contribute if you can, and pray for me out there. Anyway, let's get to this one. I'll see you on the flip side.
Okay, where are you guys from?
Around.
Around? You from around here?
Yeah.
Or?
Oh, and I see your button. It says Pists. Like.
Yeah.
So is this comedy oriented?
Well, I am. This is my work. So it's political, satirical cartooning is what I am. So I was taken to the streets, and I came out here to try to get some commentary so people would come up and ask questions.
Yeah.
And then we can talk, because I think, what's happening today with the electronics as one hand has done a great job of being able to make us, communicate. But it's also put us into our narrow fields of communication. We go to the sites that kind of like
repeat what we want to hear.
Thank you. And, listen to the radio shows. But the streets have always been the common denominator. So you can come out, I like to come out here and be able to, well, let's, if we have differences, let's talk about them. Maybe we can find common ground and work things out rather than shouting at one another and being, that guy's an idiot and you're an asshole, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
So.
And normally, what kind of comments or what kind of people get into your?
Well, most of
stand
across the field. I mean, everything from hey, I really like what you're doing, agree with everything, to you're an idiot and I want to kill you. So it goes from one spectrum to the other and go across the board. So. But as I said, I think I'm out here, trying to show that we can get along. We can talk. We have differences. We can talk them out. Right?
This speaks to me, to people like David Yang that want to give everybody $1,000.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you know that would be like $3 billion debt? And he's like, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the things that they throw at us are unrealistic, and it amazes me that people swallow it. That they believe these things. And I'm reading a book right now because a lot of people wonder how can people believe that stuff?
Yeah.
How can you fall for something that's so blatantly off the charts? And of course, a lot of it has to do with propaganda. People getting into those little fields and just hearing the repeated lies. Hitler said it, you repeat a lie often enough, it becomes true.
Exactly,
right?
It becomes normalized.
Right. So, but now that we have the digital things that we have, These things are actually feeding into our bio network and sort of like connecting with us and taking over our thought processes. And so people become blocked out entirely to the truth. And so they'll believe things like global warming, and we're actually, we are, but not the way they say we are. So it's a double con, and they're playing this double con on us, and yet nobody realizes it because it's not being brought to our attention. They say, "Oh, your carbon footprint is causing all this," while they fly around in their jets and live in their multi-million-dollar mansions, and tell us we got to reduce our standard of living.
Yeah.
That hypocrisy. At the same time, we are indeed. I mean, it'd be ludicrous to think that the powers that be and the military haven't been looking for ways to control the climate weather for a long time. Think of the power. Think of the military applications you could have if you could do that. So if you search the history of climate and weather modification programs, you will see it going back to 1891, both private and government, on how to control the weather.
I think that's a little beyond our current technology.
Oh no, it is actually happening. In 1954, President Eisenhower started the Department of Climate and Weather Modification. In 1961, President Eisenhower, before the UN, said this is a quote, "We will use today's technology to control the weather," unquote. Ben Livingston took that, became known as the father of weather weapons, and we used those weapons in Vietnam from 68 to 72.
So there's this thing really interesting about weather, not as a control, but recognize it as the ultimate power against humanity. How every living being in the ecosystem has a natural predator, mostly, to keep things on balance, right? So when the human being, the Homo sapiens, came out of the food chain, it had no counterbalance to be stopped. So I think that climate change is the way of the entropy system of reducing humans.
It's just in theory, but
I think it's a self-regulating mechanism. I don't see it as apocalypses. I see it as a purge.
I think we kind of
I think if in 200 years human beings are decimated, the planet will regrow and be better.
Well, actually, there's a book I'm reading right now that kind of feeds into what you're talking about, only it's not talking about weather. It's basically about the technology that we're producing right now through AI, robotic technologies that is doing exactly what you're saying. In other words, the AI technology, and especially with the 5G that's coming in, is actually connecting to our human bio network, because we are receptacles and we also put out. Mm-hmm. Just like your computer might connect through airwaves, to the internet, it's connecting to us. Mm-hmm. So this technology, the powers that be, are actually using the AI technology to feed in on our cells themselves, are self-replicating into basically robotic beings, autonomous robotic beings that are being controlled through a hive mentality where we're becoming not ourselves, we're becoming, so we're
we're socially programmed already. I constantly hear what to buy, what to drink,
indeed.
What to
Indeed.
music to like. So, yeah.
Indeed.
It was very nice talking to you.
Oh, it was a pleasure. Thank you for your input, Noel. And have more on the other side. Please take a look. And this is the book I was talking about. I'm currently reading.
Okay.
I highly recommend getting a copy.
This is funny.
Yeah, thank you. I try to get some humor out of all this insanity.
I like the humor that makes people that are not in depth into political analysis be able to grasp all the things that are completely unacceptable about Trump, like administration. But I mean, if for some reason like Trump was like the fair side of it and somebody was making comedy about the other side, I could see that happening.
Yeah. But it's weird because I've noticed that, the left basically has lost their sense of humor. It's kind of like they try, but it's like why they can't get memes. They're trying to.
Like, this is what I think. Like, I think there's so much at stake that, like, you can afford the luxury of, like, making fun of the people fighting the fight.
Let's hope so. I mean, I don't ever want to get to the point where we can't make fun of them.
Yeah.
I mean, if we lose our sense of humor, we've lost everything, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I like kind of about New Orleans is they have Mardi Gras, and every year they come out and mock the powers that be. So it's kind of like in the DNA here to go ahead and do that. So I've always appreciated that about it.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, pleasure. How you doing, sir?
Very good. I like it.
Thank you, sir.
Impressive.
Where are you from?
Well, originally from Russia, but I live in Los Angeles now.
Okay.
And not many Trump supporters over there.
Yeah, well. Of course I run into it because I'm attract them. Like, they're,
You live here in New Orleans?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. So, yeah, but I want to thank you guys for helping to, rig the election for Trump. So if you have any connection with that.
Oh, man, when I hear that, it's such...
I know, it's silly, isn't it? I know. It's just absolutely.
And you know what? In Russia, all my friends, they're laughing at it too.
Of course they laugh at it. You have to laugh. We're laughing at it. I mean,
Oh, we elected the American president.
What I want to know is how you went ahead and gave Hillary all the votes, but managed to give him the Electoral College. That's very good.
Yeah.
If you guys are that good, we want you running things.
Exactly.
God, I can't believe these people are so stupid. I mean,
You know what? I think he might win.
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, he has more support now than he did in 2016 because people have seen the results.
Yeah, the economy is great.
Yeah.
The economy is...
The 401s are up, people have jobs.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
international policies I support quite
I mean, talk to Korea, move the embassy to Jerusalem. I mean, he's doing things that other presidents always talked about doing. He's done them. He's got results, even with all the opposition. And then, I've even seen some liberals come around because they're going, no border? Infanticide? No cars?
Yeah.
I mean, they go, what the hell? So the liberals have gone so far off the reservation that only...
Los Angeles is just crazy. I mean, because San Francisco used to be beautiful.
I know.
Look at it now.
I know.
I don't even go there anymore.
I know.
Because it's full of crap, literally.
I know. I talked to people from there. I used to live there, and I loved it. It was beautiful. But that was back in the 70s, or late 60s and early 70s. But I mean, what I hear of it today,
And they continue. And the mayor of San Francisco is the governor of California now.
It's complete crazy. What are you doing out there? What are you doing?
I don't know. I asked people who actually voted for him, and you know what? My friends, they didn't. I don't know who even voted for that guy. Because look at what he's done to San Francisco, and now that it's coming to the rest of California. The homeless problem. You guys don't have any homeless here.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. It's just hidden. It's you can go over to the underpass. Every city has
tents, like they're just camping on the streets, basically.
Yeah.
Even in the nice areas.
Yeah.
And the cops, they cannot do anything about it.
Yeah.
Their hands are tied now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What's your name, sir?
Bad answer to say.
My name is Alexander.
Alexander, it's a pleasure.
Alexander Conlon, yeah.
Pleasure. And what do you do back there in Los Angeles?
Actually, I work for the Sheriff's Department there.
Oh,
LA County Sheriff's Department.
and what do you do for them?
I work in a specialized unit. It's called the Community Transition Unit, and we help inmates to actually integrate back to the society, and which help them with the jobs and stuff like that, so they don't go homeless.
Yeah,
But it's just
that's got to be tough there. That's got to be a tough job.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
So I deal with the inmates for the most of it.
Yeah, indeed. Well, man, tip of the hat to you, because that's a tough job there, right there. That's got to be, something else. Well, you'll appreciate this then. This is a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton,
Thank you.
which, as you know, is good for any crime in the world.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, actually, you know what? It's gonna be my birthday on Tuesday. So can you? I'm making this little video for my friends about my trip in New Orleans. Can you just say happy birthday, Alexander?
Sure.
And
Be happy
welcome
to.
New Orleans or something.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Alexander. Welcome to New Orleans. Trump loves you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
All right. See you around.
So what? Scale of 1 to 10, what was she? Full of crap 10, full of crap 8, who knows? Thanks for stopping by. If you like it, you like it. If you care, you share. If you can contribute. And if you can't do anything else, pray for me out there. Thank you very much. I'll be praying for you, and I'll see you on the streets.